What's up everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Upcoming Mods. We have a great lineup this week. This is a series where I show you guys some of the upcoming mods for Fallout 4. Basically mods that are a work in progress from some of the various mod authors that have been so generous to share some pictures with us. It's important to remember when watching this series that different mod authors work at different paces. A lot of people do this in their free time after work or after school, so it's not like we may see some of these mods for a few months, and it's important to remember that during the series, or they'll probably just end up stop sharing their pictures. That's pretty much everything though. If you do enjoy, I encourage you guys to consider subscribing, but with that, let's get right into it. So first and foremost, we do have a brand new DKS reload animation. This is the video by the mod author. I highly recommend you check it out for yourself. I'm going to show you a quick snippet of it because it's really important to listen to those sounds. They really make the video, although he chooses some weird music. So first and foremost, the actual reload animation itself is awesome, but the sounds on this make it feel so much better. And I did say there's some minor clipping on the video, and basically that's going to be resolved. It's just something with the player model, and when it's finally released, it shouldn't have those issues. I've talked in the past about how much I love animation mods, and this is a very cool one nonetheless. The DKS is probably my favorite sniper rifle for Fallout 4. I may have made some top 5 videos putting it at number 1, and animations like that for the weapon are really going to make it as one of the just best weapons for Fallout 4. I think animations make such a difference because think about how many times you're going to see that animation, and then think about how many times you've seen the already existing animations. You will probably never realize it when you see the existing ones, but now if you download a mod, they have some nice custom animations like that, and you're going to realize that every single time you reload that weapon, which will probably be a lot depending on how much you play around with it, and every single time, at least for the first little while, you're going to be like, wow, that's really cool, probably smile a little about enjoying it, and that's why I love reload animations. So next up, we do have Diamond City police uniform or tactical vest or whatever you want to call it by Fading Signal. If you don't know Fading Signal, he's the mod author behind the K9 harness, a bunch of other mods, True Storms. He's a very good mod author, one of the best in the community, so you can know when you get his mods, they're going to be awesome without a doubt. So if you did see his last mod, it basically was a K9 vest for dog meat. You could customize this, changing colors, patches, etc., and then you could change the color of the vest or the color of the patches. Well, now he's carrying this over to Diamond City. Basically, he's saying in his little post here that Diamond City was founded 147 years prior to the events of Fallout 4. It doesn't really make sense for them to have post-apocalyptic uniforms because they'd probably have a huge stockpile of just regular Diamond City uniforms that were used back in the day. So with this mod, he's going to basically overhaul Diamond City security to give them these police uniforms and, more importantly, these police vests. For the player actually getting the police vest, you'll have all the options you had with the K9 tactical vest. You could change different pouches, you could change the different logos on it, as well as the different colors of the pouches and the logos and just the vest itself. On top of that, it is actually just coming with a police uniform, which I don't think there's one for Fallout 4 yet. So all around a very cool mod. I'm very excited for this. I really hope the vest provides itself as a good armor. I've talked about this in videos past. Sometimes I don't want to use like a traditional armor. I want to use like a military vest with a helmet and all that. And I feel like there's really not too many good mods to do that. Hopefully this will fill that gap, and all around I'm just very excited for this mod. Next up, we do have the Makeshift Rifle. This is just a model. Basically, a lot of people on this website, ArtStation, will post their models, and they're not actually going to be turned into the game by these mod authors or model authors, but rather someone else will come along and be like, oh, hey, I'm going to use your model and turn it into a proper gun. What that also means, though, is typically the people that make these models are very good at it, and they tend to be very high quality. They're typically doing it for some kind of portfolio or just because they really love making models and high quality textures. The Makeshift Rifle doesn't seem like any exception to that rule. It's based off the Russian PTRD-41. This is kind of like a predecessor to the PTRS-41, which obviously we do have a mod for. It's just a little bit of a simpler version, and this gun definitely seems pretty cool. So it looks like it is only a single shot, so basically you'll fire once and then have to reload, although it's probably going to fire a massive bullet. This is actually something I really questioned as to why it wasn't in Fallout 4 already. Like, I feel like Bethesda really missed an opportunity to create some kind of old school anti-tank weapon and transform it into a higher level weapon, because you have all the people in power armor. An anti-tank weapon would make tons of sense, even if it is from the 40s or the 50s in Bethesda's world. I still think that would be very cool, and I just think it would fit the theme of Fallout very well. Hopefully this weapon can live up to that. Again, I don't know when we're going to be seeing this because a mod author has to take it up and actually transform it into a weapon. Right now it's just a model and texture. Next up, we do have a lightsaber or a lightsaber blade or a Jedi's weapon. I'm not entirely sure which of those is going to be the real one, but each of them have been used. Basically, this is being developed by D. Magnus. If you've never heard of him, he's a very popular mod author. I cover him a lot in my 5 Cool Mod series. He makes a ton of pistol mods, and definitely in the past, he's been making some more Star Wars related pistol mods, and all around, his mods tend to be extremely high quality. I don't really know what D. Magnus does, but almost every single pistol mod he has released, the textures have been like 2K, 4K, and just looked so sharp in Fallout 4. So right now we obviously already have a lightsaber mod. There's a few different ones floating around. I know the most popular one on PC isn't exactly available on consoles, so there's a different one on consoles. But what it seems like D. Magnus is trying to do is fix a bunch of the problems they had with those and make this one a really solid and nice looking lightsaber mod. First and foremost, the blade and hilt itself are going to look amazing because it's D. Magnus. All of his mods look amazing. But if you actually go through some of these different pictures and check out the little blurbs he's giving on the bottom, as you can see, he's trying to get the glow and reflections just right. He wants the glow to cast shadows and all that kind of stuff. So he's playing around with different ways to get that to work perfectly, which I think is actually awesome. He's basically taking something we already had and trying to perfect it for a basically perfect lightsaber mod that will fill all of your needs. So last but not least, we do have the network power armor. So I actually showed you guys this in a previous video. Basically, it is a network armor and a network power armor design. The ones I showed you prior, though, weren't as finished and didn't really have as many details on them. I think now it's coming to a much more complete stage, and frankly, I think it looks absolutely amazing now. It's also really cool to see. If you look at the first image to the last image, you can definitely see the progression made there and how much time it actually takes to create these mods. This was done over a few weeks, so big props to the mod author for sticking at it and really getting it to where it is now, because I think it looks great. The power armor itself does, again, just look phenomenal. I really like the texture and look of the armor as a whole. It almost has an evil vibe to it, which I want to have in Fallout 4. I feel like a lot of the power armors so far have been passive or, I don't know, open to interpretation, but this one seems like it is going to be definitively evil, and hopefully it has some badass weapon mods or textures to go along with it. That's going to pretty much wrap it up for this week, though, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed another episode of upcoming mods. I enjoyed making it. It's probably my favorite series to make right now. I love seeing all these new mods coming out. But with that being said, I do hope you enjoyed again, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.